doing, guys? Back with another Duramax video. Today we're going to be installing a mod y'all been asking me to do for years, and so I knew that we had to go with the most outlandish product available, and that's exactly what I got. So today we're going to be installing these 6-row LED wheel lights. Look at these things. 3 on the outside, 3 on the inside. Absolutely insane. This thing is going to be a straight up spaceship by the end of this video. So huge shout out to Adrenaline Off-Road for sending me out their wheel light kit. Comes with everything needed for this install. We got the wires, control box, remote, screws, zip ties, stickers, air fresheners, literally everything. So fingers crossed, this install should go pretty smooth. Quick disclaimer, because there's about a million different ways that you can install wheel lights, and every truck is going to be a little bit different. Adrenaline Off-Road does so that you need to use at least 4 brackets per wheel light and 2 screws per bracket to ensure proper fitment and warranty. I'm just going to be sharing with y'all the way that I am installing them on my specific truck. Moral of the story, put them on however you want. Just make sure they're not going to freaking fall off. All right, let's go ahead and start off. Jack the truck up, put some jack stands under it, get your wheel and tire off. Now we got our truck safely secured. Let's take our wheel light, see what we'll have to modify. So if we set our wheel light up here, we want to rotate it to where our cables are going to go basically in line with our brake lines, so it's going to look nice and clean. And you'll see we will have to remove this bracket right here because we obviously cannot screw that into our brake caliper. We are going to be doing it with basically, I would say, the lip going towards the wheel, which is the opposite of the front, which you'll see. These are actually going to go in behind the rotor, the disc, the dust shield. We're going to be drilling it and then screwing it in from the back side. So we're going to go ahead. They have it not secured, so you can use it for this exact reason. We're going to peel this up, take this bracket off, and then we'll be able to slip it over the rotor and brake caliper assembly as a whole. Just going to hold this up and look on the back side, and I find it easiest to just drill one hole and then work around the rest. You're just going to line it up obviously from the back side to where it's not touching your caliper and it looks like it's equally gapped all the way around. And then, like I said, keep your wires as close to your brake line as possible, but you might have to twist it just a little bit just to get it to line up because this dust shield is not fully around it, obviously. Got our marker. We're going to line it up best we can. Make sure you've got clearance. Don't want it to be touching that caliper. And then just mark a dot where you want to drill. And we'll start with 1. Then just take your provided screw and just get it started where it'll hold it. Now that I've got 1 screw holding it in, I'm just going to feel around, make sure everything feels like it's lining up properly, looking even. We're going to pop a hole in right here. Get another screw started. All right. Now we'll get this bottom one in as well. Top bracket's a little bit difficult to get drilled out because you have a lot blocking the back, and then of course you have a rotor in the front, but we're going to peel it back some and go at it from this angle and just pop it in through this way. Just like that. And now that we have them all in there, we can actually tighten them down, and then we are going to zip tie our wires nice and clean following this brake line. Actually attach it to the brake line. Twist all these to where the head is not showing from the rear. Now we can carefully peel this off. Make sure it stays lined up. Just like that. And we're going to throw a couple zip ties on here just as a safety precaution in case that 3M were to let loose. And just like that, the rear is done. Looking absolutely amazing, nice and secure. We just got to run our wires obviously, but we're not going to do that until we get all of them knocked out. So let's go ahead and pop that front wheel and tire off, get started on that one. Up front is definitely a lot more tricky because you do have to remove your brake caliper and your brake rotor, and then you have to put them back together as one piece. You'll see it's a little tricky, but let's go ahead and pop this caliper off. Don't forget to compress your pistons because it probably will not come off. Let's go ahead and get our rotor off. And now let's put our caliper back on. So if we line this up, you'll see we do actually have to take 2 brackets off of this wheel light to get it to clear the caliper, leaving us with 3 mounted to the dust shield. They do recommend 4, but 3 is going to be totally fine. We're going to have it nice and secure. So I'm going to go ahead and take those 2 brackets off, and then we'll get this thing mocked up. The one thing that is easier on the front rotors is this dust shield is flat. So we can actually just hold it up and mark it. I'm going to go ahead and cut this excess off, leaving this enclosed because we don't want that screw to accidentally slide out. But we also don't need this extra right here, which could potentially get in the way and touch our rotor. All right, just like that. Let's pop them in. Solid as a rock right there. Here is the fun part, because you got to put the rotor on the caliper and then slide it all in as one piece, because obviously this was mounted, right? So there we go. All right, now push that aside and take it all one piece back up in here. Like that. Booyah. We just want to look in here and see if we do need to bend our dust shield back some, because you don't want those screws or anything pressing on it. If you do need to, your best bet is going to be to get some open end lug nuts so you can tighten this down, and then just stick a pry bar or a flathead screwdriver between and bend it out. And with that, we are completed. As you can see, I already did the other side. So we have got the fronts done. We have got the backs done. Now it's time for the tedious part. We got to run all this wire. All right, boys, we are officially wired up. So I'm going to go through it real quick, just show y'all how I ran everything. Basically just followed all of our brake lines from the rear, as you see. Bunch of zip ties, nice and clean. Rotate them around so it's nice and smooth from the back view. Both of them connect. They go up the e-brake. Going across, follow inside the frame, which I'll get in here and show y'all. So following all the way down. About right here is where we have our control box, which I'm going to stick this in here. Hopefully y'all can see. There's our box right there, zip tied. So both rears coming in this driver's side frame rail. Driver's side wheel is following the brake line up here, and then comes back following it down there, straight down to the box. Then our passenger side front is coming up with the brake line as well. Right here, hooks back. We're going across behind there, and then we drop down right there. It connects with this side, and we're all powered up. Oh, as far as actual power ran, I did have to extend the control box. So 2 wires from the control box up here. Got my little battery extension adapter things. Some new clamps, some heat shrink, nice and clean. I do want to go back with some, whatever this is called, I can't remember. A little, I want to say grommet, but I know it's not grommet. Wire loom, I think that, yeah, wire loom. Get all that so you don't see those red wires. But a little tease before we do a reveal. Boom. They work inside and outside. Gonna be insane. So with that said, turn those babies off. We're gonna wait for it to get dark, and we're gonna have a little reveal. right, guys, so I know you've already seen the reveal, but I want to start off in complete darkness. So I'm about to click the button and light this place up. Tell me that ain't freaking crazy, dude. I am blown away. It looks so freaking cool. I've had a lot of fun filming this video. I've been driving all over the freaking place trying to find somewhere cool to do the reveal. I ended up at the OG boat launch. It's foggy as crap out here. Why does it look like that? Is that my phone? It was my phone. Wow. So got the lens cleaned off and now you can see it without the crazy glare. Wheels are completely filthy, but even so, they still have a ton of light shining on them, reflecting. Obviously, if you didn't have as much offset and they were sucked in the wheel, they'd go through the wheel more rather than being underneath. But I actually think it looks super cool being underneath, because who needs rock lights anymore? Not me. I mean, everything is lit up perfectly. It looks so cool. That boy's squirting. Anyways, yeah, it's crazy looking because it's like perfectly lit up everywhere underneath here. No shadows, nothing. I should have got these before the freaking lift kit, and I could have done the lift kit install and at nighttime when it wasn't 110 degrees. Oh my gosh, look at our freaking shock. It is wrecked. Well, at least we know we're valid, but gosh, dog, we've been, I ain't gonna lie, I have been romping a little bit. I have been romping a little bit, having a little fun. But we done smoked our shock out. At least if it's just dirty, no big deal. I was worried it was gonna get hot and like melt that off, but thankfully it hasn't done that yet. But yeah, stoked on the wheel lights. Never been a huge light person. I had rock lights on Baby Squat, but they were just cheapo, not very good RGBs, and did never use them. Whereas this, not only is it awesome looking, but two, I actually might use these like functionally, like you backing up to get to your boat or anything outdoors at night. These are actually really helpful. They shine out all over the place. Like, let's remember, it's pitch black. It's crazy. I'm going to show you all the features back at the boat launch because I filmed a pretty cool thing over some water. I think it probably turned out pretty cool. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and just run through the remote, show you all the different settings. So let's just go ahead, turn it on, obviously in just still mode, which you can adjust the brightness. We're gonna have it all the way up, of course. And then we got flashing, which you can speed it up or slow it way down. All right, this one's a really cool one. This one's called breathing. Like, goes in and then flutters out, and you can turn it up. You make it go faster, just like that, or you can really slow it down so it's like really kind of like breathing. Oh, it's pretty cool. And then this one is your party mode. Hit still and it's all back to normal. Turn the brightness on them way down. So that's as dim as it goes right there. And then this is as bright as it goes. Another huge shout out to Adrenaline Off-Road for hooking me up with these wheel lights. I'll have a link to them in the description. Try to get y'all discount codes, all of that. And we'll end the video off with all of our lights on, just lighting the freaking world up. My driver's side headlight has gone out for some reason, and it's not the bulb because I put the bulb from that one over here and it's still not. So I don't know what's going on with that. Got to check into that, but it's not the bulb. Holy moly. She's winking at us. She's winking at us. That's pretty crazy. I wanted to throw these clips in at the end because I feel like they really give you the true visual perspective that these are pure white. I know in the footage earlier, a lot of those looked a little more yellow, whether it be on the grass or getting low light, whatever the case. My iPhone was just not picking it up properly. But in person, they do have this very pure white look, as you see in these clips. So, yeah, they not yellow, they pure white, they awesome. See y'all in the next one.